There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with question number one. The first question is, and Megan, I'll go ahead and let you start. You can go ahead and mute yourself. What is your favorite income-producing activity or task?
So my favorite income-producing activity or task is to reach out to every potential low customer and distributor that I've ever talked to. Even if if we just talked a couple of days ago and they're not ready to join the business, then to just build a relationship with them, because it will take you most of the time 5 to 10 times just to sign a distributor or low customer. So if they say no and then you wait months to sign them up or reach back out to them, they're probably going to sign with someone else. That happens to me. It used to happen to me a lot. It doesn't happen to me anymore because I write them down and I continue to follow up with them at all costs. So they know when they get that urge that they need the extra money or they're ready to lose the weight, they know that I'm right there. I'm just a message away that we've just messaged the day before, a couple days before that. So don't put too much time in between, messaging people, because you never know when you're going to fall through the cracks. So that's been my biggest thing right now, is to continue to follow up every single day with all my potential loyal customers and distributors.
Sorry. All right. Thank you, Megan. How about you, Skylar? What is your favorite income-producing activity?
I'd have to say mine is going live, because that's just where my strengths are right now. Going live has completely changed my business. I just did a training, the Sunday night team huddle last weekend for this, because it has drastically changed things for me. I know it's scary sometimes. I know people are like, well, I don't know if I'm doing it right. You literally just have to be yourself. And my baby is going to start crying, so I'm going to pass this one on to someone else.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and do it. I have to agree with a lot with what Megan says. Is right now I'm being really proactive on messaging people. So if we're talking about social media, if somebody likes a post, that gives me permission to message them to say, hey, thank you so much for the love on the post. Are you want to try this product, or you want to join my team? But I think the number one income producing activity out there, which is something we all probably did in the beginning, I know I did, is to do parties. All right, wrap parties. I'm trying to get back to doing wrap parties again. That is how I was able to promote to Diamond in 9 weeks, is because I was doing 2 or 3 parties a week, constantly getting the wraps on people, constantly letting people taste the greens, see the Fat Fighter demo. There's something powerful about being able to touch and feel and see, people to hear the excitement that you have. And so doing wrap parties is huge. My biggest tip to get a wrap party scheduled, I got from Pam, and that is to offer free chin wraps. Okay, if you are getting loyal customers, you should get some wrap awards. If not, it's worth, in my opinion, 1 wrap to give away for 6 free chin wraps. So something I've done, or I've gotten a bunch of spa parties booked, is I've been putting, hey, drawing time, I'm giving away a free chin wrap to you and 5 of your closest friends. Comment below to enter. And then every person who is in the Chattanooga area who's local, they automatically win. Okay, so I messaged them that says, hey, congratulations, you want a free chin wrap for you and 5 of your friends. When's a good time for everybody to come over so I can get these chin wraps on you? And we'll even sample some products. Okay, so get in front of people and get those parties scheduled. That is my biggest income producing activity tip, besides obviously messaging as many people as you possibly can. Okay, I don't think Anthony has gotten on yet. I just sent him a message. Anthony is in the same area I'm in, and we had horrible storms. My electricity was out. It just came back in. I know where he lives. They have hail and everything else. Oh, Anthony just got on. Anthony, you there? I can see you. I don't see him anymore. Oh, there you are, Anthony. Okay, Anthony, we're going to ask you a question now, okay? What is your favorite income-producing activity? And you've got to unmute yourself. There you go. I got you unmuted. There you go. Okay, what is your favorite income-producing activity?
What is my favorite income-producing activity? Wow. My favorite income-producing activity is actually I typically, I built my business through parties. And so I do a lot of parties every week. That's obviously an income producing activity. I do my best to set up as many parties as possible. I know that sounds pretty pretty weak, but that's exactly what I do, just to be honest with you. I know that's the best way to, especially end of month, that's the fastest way to build volume under somebody right now, is getting in front of 5 to 7 people at one time and getting them launched. So I like to sign new distributors and launch them, and then I book parties from parties. And so I built my business and still build my business. I veered away from that. I tried to reinvent myself and be a social media guy, but it wasn't working the way I wanted it to work. I went back to using social media to build parties, and that's exactly what I do. So to keep it simple, I book a lot of parties and I do a lot of parties. When I first started, that's all I did. I did probably minimum 4 to 5 parties a week, minimum. It was a bad week if I didn't have that many parties. So just partying, and I do my best to get somebody host. That's just the honest truth.
Anthony, what do you do on social media to intrigue people to have parties?
Really, it's not until I really don't intrigue them through social media as far as to have the party. I get them to want to try and learn about the product from social media. And therefore, when I talk to them or through the message, that's when I get them to do the party. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. The party happens through the conversation, not necessarily through the actual post itself.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you. All right. Skylar, is it okay if we start with you?
Yep. I got rid of the baby. So
okay. That's what I was asking. Okay. And actually, Anthony kind of already segued to this, but the next question is, how do you boost volume for the end of the month?
There's several different ways I do that. So the first way is I use the search feature on messages to try to find loyal customers to get that volume up. And that's something that's been a game changer for me because it allows me to add to my hundreds list when I've gone through the cracks. You can only use that on a web browser and on a computer. The second way is I go through perk points and I ask people, I will contact somebody that has a lot of perk points and I'll suggest things for them. And I don't give them hey girl, you have, you can get $54 off the system today. Are you ready to go? And I won't say $54 off a box of wraps because you're not going to get any, well, get 5 BB for that. So you see how I kind of give them something that's a lot of BV, a lot more BV than what their perk point amount is. And I tell them that they're getting that amount off that item because I want them to buy something that's more BV than just what they have in their account. And that boosts volume a lot. And when I do that, my team, all that adds up. So that helps a lot. The other thing is going for a promotion on our team. I kind of start at the bottom of the chart, whoever I'm charting. If it's diamond, I start at the very bottom down at the 400 legs under the executives, and I contact each person and I say, this is how close you are to 400, and I'll write it on a piece of paper and take a picture with a smiley face, and I try to make it all pretty and exciting. And I'm like, you're so close to getting in the 400 club. I just kind of cheer them on and tell them that's their goal for the month. And then I go to the executives and I tell them this is how much you need under A and B to get executive. And then I move up the chart, and that gets everybody working together.
Skylar, what do you find the easiest way to look for your loyal customers with perk points?
What report?
Well, no, not so to search in your eSuite instead of scrolling all the way down, what do you find the easiest way to find all their perk points?
Oh, I don't know. I just go to TreeView and I click their names. Okay. I don't have, there's probably an easier way to do that, but I've TreeView.
No, that's what I do, so I didn't know if there was an easier way. I was asking for myself.
I'll tell you what I do. I have a binder. If you don't have a binder, I suggest make you one. And each month I have my steps to success, or I've written down every loyal customer. And even though I usually get more than 4, which is really good, and so I know that I can just go back to last month and be like, oh, hey, Kim, how's it going with your wraps? You know, you have 5 perk points. You know, how about we get you some defining gel, which is the perfect sister product to the wrap. You know, so I can go through and see all the loyal customers that have signed up in 2017, because those are the ones who are currently actively ordering, have their auto ship on, and will have perk points. And then, of course, just like Skylar said, if it's promoting, if I know I'm helping someone promote to Ruby, then I'll look at those loyal customers underneath those boxes. So, but Megan, how do you help with month-end volume?
So month-end volume, I absolutely will contact anybody and everybody that has ever had a wrap party for me, and then I also do them again. But so this is what I do for wrap parties, that most people, I find it that they would rather get a bottle of hair, skin, and nails, or Fat Fighters, or they'll get ThermoFit, or they want the cleanse. And if they would rather have that, so I'll make a status on Facebook that says, you know, if there's one It Works product that you could try free, what would it be? Just asking. And so if they want to try it for free, I'll ask them to host a party for that product. You know, yes, you're buying that product, but, you know, you're going to get people in front of you, and they might not want to wrap. So maybe giving them that product, it always works for me. And I book a lot of parties for that. So doing that, and then really staying in contact with your team, and contests. Like right now we're doing a boom contest for our team, and it is awesome. From now to the end of the month, if you ever sign a loyal customer, or if you sign a distributor, we start from boom 100, and everybody gets, every time you get a loyal customer, boom, you know, 99, boom 98, and then we get all the way down. We do it as a team, and then once we get to 0, every time you got a boom entry into that, you get 1 entry in, and then there's going to be a drawing for a lot of money. So I think doing stuff with your team, not just, you know, little contests, but seeing that everybody's working together, and that, oh, she got a loyal customer, it kind of pushes you that, well, she got 3 today, I want to get 3 today too. You know, working together as a team and really connecting with, you know, everyone in your downline, and reaching out to your loyal customers and really seeing if they like the product, they don't like it, well, let's try something else, because they like that you care about what they're ordering. And say they don't like the ThermoFit, well, then get them on something else. Then that also is going to help them order for the next month and the next month. But when it comes to month end, you really have to be intentional with your time. And that is a big thing, that people just, they'll scroll and they'll do a lot of interacting and engaging in posts, which is awesome. But what are you doing after you do that? You can't just engage all the time. You have to reach out. You have to, you know, book those parties. You have to message them. You know, I have 1 spot left for hair, for someone to hair, skin, and nail challenge. I need a product model for this. Are you in? I'll give you a huge discount. Plus, I'll credit your account 10% back from what you order. Like those little things, they love it. So just being really intentional with your work and what you're doing.
Yeah, I found the same way regarding contests like that. You know, even when if I'm dealing with the distributors with as far as contests, you know, they like gear, and some of my new distributors don't have It Works gear yet, and so I'll throw a shirt in, or I'll throw, you know, something, that a tool that they need, and so that's how I get my new distributors, at least one way. But even some of the veterans is throwing something that they actually want, you know, and that's basically it. Just so I love that small contest like that. That has been very, very efficient for my team, because people will work more for a thing a lot of times than they will for money, which is interesting, or just for the recognition, or, you know, just
the recognition. That's the best thing.
Yeah, or a prize. They want a prize, and some people are motivated by that. I'm not one of those people who love contests, but I learned that I needed to do them. And so when I started doing them, it really significantly boosted our volume at the end of the month, aside from booking the parties. I really like that post you just mentioned about if there was any
It Works
you want to try, that you want to try for free. That's great. I've not used that one. It's great.
Awesome. And I hope you guys are hearing parties. I think even corporate is trying to get back to basics of teaching us to do parties. I love the idea of giving a free product. I've definitely done that. And that's such an easy post. If you could try one product for free, what would it be? And then anybody who's local, message and say, hey, I would love to give you a free bottle of hair, skin, nails. I just need you to invite 4 or 5 friends over to sample some of my other products. I mean, keep it very simple like that. But I'm telling you guys, getting in front of somebody is what's going to really boost your volume. What I do at the end of the month, besides trying to get some last minute parties, is just like Skylar said, pull those perk points. You need to be pulling your decline reports. You should be doing that every week also. But whenever you see something that says ACH decline, that is because they've gotten a new credit card. That isn't because they don't have the money in the account. They've just gotten a new credit card. So many people are getting new chip cards. So you need to call them and say, hey, I just need to update your credit card information so we can get your product out to you. I will also go to my loyal customers and ask them for referrals. Say, hey, so happy you love it. Do you know anybody else who's interested in trying any of these products? You have not because you ask not. So ask for some referrals. There's nothing wrong with asking for referrals. And then we do these on the power hours all the time, but go through your messages and type in wraps, and you can see any conversation you've had about wraps or fat fighters or hair, skin, and nails. Hopefully you have a hundreds list. Every time I make any type of post that says anything about my hair, skin, and nail challenges or my stress pills challenge or my fat fighter challenge or whatever, I write down every single person's name who ever tried it. And next to it, it says PLC, and I'll put FF for fat fighter, H and SN. And then I'll just send all those, I'll spend all day sending those people messages like, hey, are you ready to get started on the hair, skin, and nails? Now's the best time. Okay, so it really comes down to being proactive and getting those messages out there, and definitely party, party, party. Okay, Anthony, I'm going to start with you. Our next question. So what is your one tip or piece of advice you would give to a new DT? He's like, have parties.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Which is right, which is good.
Yeah, like I said, I can't get away from what my bread and butter is. I know when I get in front of people, it's a done deal. I'm passionate about what I talk about. I like to have a good time, as you know, Beth. When I'm doing parties, as you do too, and launching, I know when I can get success for that person. And I don't care if it's 1 or 2 people. You want to make sure that you're always launching your business. And, I know you can launch on social media. You can launch with a party online, Zoom parties like we're doing right, in this kind of venue. But I mean, just to be honest with you, I keep it simple because that's all, I'm not like all you women that are able to multitask and do all kinds of things. I'm just a single task man trying to make this thing work. And, I stay in my lane, and that's what I do. I party, I launch, and then I book a party from a party. I don't know. I know it sounds super simple and it's not like earth shattering, but it's money making, and that's what I'm about. I'm not about anything else but making that money.
No, that's right. Because the steps to success. Step 1 is to join the party, and then when you're doing your party, you're going to be able to complete step 2 and step 3, I personally believe. All right, Megan, what's your number 1 tip for new DTs?
Being excited. You have to be excited when you're in this business. And when you first joined, yes, it is so scary. Yes, it can be intimidating. Yes, you might think that you can't do it. But as long as you stay excited, other people are going to see that you're excited, and they just might join because you're excited, and they might get excited. And I always tell my distributors, like, over the time, you'll learn more about the business. You'll learn about the products, but you have to be excited first. You have to get yourself motivated. You have to believe that you can do it, because you start doubting yourself one bit, you're gonna, like, your mind is gonna believe that, like, you can't do it. So believe that you can do it. Be excited. Start as soon as you sign up. Don't wait for your kid to get in. You can start posting. And one thing that also, so I sign distributors out of state, and even if you get someone that does a wrap party, I just want to go back to this. I've done these recently, and they've been amazing. Obviously there's online parties, but it's like posting. Do a live online wrap party. So it doesn't have to, if they're, not local or whatever it may be, get their friends to, get in the Facebook group and then just do the live. They can talk, they can, comment, whatever it may be, or you can do a Zoom and get them all talking and have fun. Like, there's different ways you guys can do parties if you can't get face to face. So especially if you have someone that's out of state, don't just not do a party. Get them, to make you go live in front of everybody, or like I said, get everybody into like a group and then go live on that and have them comment on different stuff as you're talking about different products. So, but yeah, when you're a new distributor, that first day, first 72 hours, I highly recommend getting your first 4 loyal customers, because once you see that you can do it in 72 hours, then you can get 4 loyal customers every 3 days. You can do it. And being excited, passionate, really, really digging in deep into, what are you in this business for? Why did you join the business? And really knowing to wake up every single day and knowing why you joined the business and never letting your why fade away.
That is so good. I did a launch party last month for someone in Atlanta, and at first she was supposed to have like 8 people there, and the day of, everybody canceled, their kid was sick, or they had a baseball game or whatever. But you know what? She and I went live. One person ended up showing up, but she and I went live, and she held the phone, and she was all, in the background, and we got 7 loyal customers. And we had 1 person there.
That's amazing.
She also signed up as a loyal customer, but 6 of her friends were watching online, and they all became loyal customers. Okay, because she was like, oh my gosh, these green juice are so good. She was excited, and I was excited, and it was almost more successful had all those other people shown up. Okay, so I was like, screw it, let's just go live and be excited. And it definitely works. So excitement sells. Did I lose Skylar? Oh, there she is. She keeps moving on my screen. Skylar, what is your number 1 advice for new distributors?
I would have to say launch, because I know that's already been said, but it's very, very important. I just launched a new distributor tonight. A lot of times people lose track of their launch party. They say they're going to have it, and then something happens and no one shows up, so they don't ever host another one. And I think it's so important to host that launch party, because when you do, it's literally launching your business off the ground. And how can you expect to take flight if you can't even get off the ground? So that's, I know somebody already said that, but that's like the most important thing, is having that launch party. The other thing is we do an online launch and an in-person launch for the people, because everyone has out-of-state friends that can't make it. And that's been really successful for us too.
Yeah, I love that. And actually, I love that everybody is saying the same thing, because hopefully that's getting you thinking, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4 leaders all saying the exact same thing, then, it's going to work. So here's my advice. So every month, or when you first become a distributor, you should have your Steps to Success worksheet, right? Okay, so if you're brand new, if you just signed up, I want you to look at that Steps to Success worksheet and think of just 4 people that you think would benefit from one of our products. You should be able to think of so many more. I mean, I tell my new DTs to go through all of our products, get Post-it notes, and write each person's name next to each product that they think. Like if you know someone with joint pain, that's who you write down, who you think you'd recommend for relief. But at least write down 4 people. And then write down 3 people that you would love, that you think you would have so much fun working with. And those are the people you invite to your party first. All right, those are the people you're going to invite to your party, that you are going to contact first, that you're going to let them know what you're doing first. Like, you're the first person I thought of. When I first signed up, I signed up 3 people my very first day. 2 were my best friends, and 1 was my nail lady. Okay, because those were the first 3 people that popped in my head, and I called them. I was like, hey, y'all, first of all, my 2 best friends, you're doing this with me. You have no option. And then I called my nail lady because I knew she would be great at it, and she was all in. She heard how excited I was, and she got excited also. So go ahead and fill out those Steps to Success of 4 people that you know would benefit from these products, 3 people that you would want to work with, and then those are the first people that you invite to your party, along with other people, but those are the ones that you really, really want to get there. But yes, launch, launch, launch. Denise Walsh, I believe, said that she always, kind of like what Skylar says, she schedules 2 parties. She schedules that in-person party and then an online party with her new DTs. Okay, let's see here. Our next, sorry if you hear kids in the background, we're on spring break. Okay, Okay, I'm having trouble signing DTs. I'll start with you, Skylar. What is your advice for somebody who's having trouble signing DTs and are in a funk?
I just think that a lot of times we're thinking about, I need a distributor, when really you need to like switch your thinking to who can I help today? Because I feel like we all get in panic mode when we do need a distributor. We have to remember that these people aren't just a box. They're not just a 400 leg. They're an actual person, and they have actual feelings, and they have actual needs. And when you realize that and you switch it to think, okay, who can I help today? Who needs me? That is when you're going to start getting people in your team. People don't want to join your team to benefit you. They want to join it to benefit themselves. And you have to learn how to change it from sounding like you're kind of desperate to who can I help today? Who out there needs me today? And I think that's the biggest thing. I think people just want distributors so bad that they're not thinking about who really needs this and who really wants this.
Awesome. Megan, how about you? What's your advice to someone who feels like they're in a funk when it comes to signing up DTs?
So when I have my distributors say that they're in a funk, they can't sign distributors, and I ask them why, well, I just can't, something's, happening with my business. Last month I signed so many, and this month I can't. And number one thing I say is, well, why can't you? Like, what's holding you back? Well, this and that and this and that. I'm like, another thing is that you're thinking that over and over and over again. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself, because last month you were excited. You were all over the place. You were here and you were jumping up and down, and you're, sharing it with everyone. You're not doing that now because you got into this mold that you just like, oh, well, I did that last month, I'll do it again this month. Well, you're not doing it now because you're thinking about it so much. And it's like Skylar said, you're thinking of like, I need a distributor. But you got them last month because you were excited. You were sharing your experience. You were out blitzing. You were out talking to people. You have to continue to do it and believe. And, the less that you think like, I need, they're going to stop coming. You have to reach out, and you have to, build that relationship. I keep going on these lunch dates and going to the park with, different, girls that I keep meeting. And I'm never like saying like, you need to join this business. Like, you just got to. No, like, we're talking back and forth, and she asked about the business. I'll tell her about the business. But when you stop, showing them that you just want them and you want them and you want them, if there's some people that I truly do want, then I'll like, hey, you would kill this business. Like, let's do this together. Like, I promise you. But there's going to be some people that you just have to let them see it for themselves. Let them see your excitement. Let them see your passion for this, to change lives. And they're gonna come in more. And the more that you pour into yourself, they can see how excited you are. So stop putting so much pressure on yourself to sign a distributor, and put it onto, who am I gonna help next? Like, I'm so excited about this company. Share it. Don't just share, who wants to make $500 today? That it just kind of looks like you're at a job and another, we're not like any other company. So sharing what this company is doing for you every single day, not just posting, but actually sharing it with others in different ways, meeting up with coffee, talking about like, oh, I'm so excited. I brought my son today just because like I can, and we get to do whatever we want, on a daily basis. Moms and other parents want that. They, buying ice cream, going, to put gas in your car, share those things with people, because that's what sold me in the beginning. So think about what they want. Most people don't care that, you bought a brand new car. So sharing the little things is what's going to help you get distributors, and being excited and sharing your passion and not putting so much pressure on yourself.
Right. And stay consistent. You know what? I've been doing this for 4.5 years, and hopefully no one gets mad at me for saying this, but you're going to have a bad month. There's going to be months that you may sign 10 DTs, or maybe a month that you don't sign any. Okay? That's just the nature of this business. But this month, you may have planted the seeds that's going to sign up your next rock star next month. I watched for over a month my Christy DeJesus, and I thought she was crazy. Like, I was like, oh my God, what's she doing now? And now she's a millionaire. I mean, people are watching. So just because you did not sign somebody up this month does not mean that you didn't plant the seed for whoever you're going to sign up next month or 2 months from now. Just like Megan said, talking about, oh, I'm so excited because I was able to get coffee. Thank you, it works. Or I was able to do this with my kids because it works. People are watching. So just stay consistent with that, because you are planting seeds. And ask yourself, are you asking people? I mean, if I had $1 for every time someone just sent me a message and said, hey, I'm ready to join your team, I might have $5. Okay, you've got to go out and ask people. All right, just like we were talking about earlier, hey, you know, I think that you would be amazing at what I do. When's a good time that we can chat? You know, getting those party schedules so you can go over the party pad with people. Building those relationships to where you do get to the point where they're going to, you know, you ask them what they do for a living, and then they come back and ask you. Okay, but you've got to get out there and ask people. But just because you may not sign the amount of distributors today, as long as you stay excited and you're sharing what ItWorks is doing for you, people are asking. And honestly, if you really want to get out of your funk, get a wrap on somebody. I know that's what Pam says all the time, but it is so true. This summer, I was in a horrible funk. I'm just going to be honest with you. And then my friend I worked out with wanted to wrap, and she lost 6 inches. And I literally felt that excitement that I did when I first started with this business, and helped me get out of my funk. Okay, so just stay consistent and stay excited. All right, Anthony.
Yeah, you know, if you're having a hard time, and that's what you're saying to yourself, that I'm having a hard time, it's the same thing that a lot of you are saying. It's mindset. You know, if you're dealing with that desperation and you're thinking about the lack, that's what you're focused on, what you're not able to do, then that's exactly what you're going to do. What you think about, you bring about. You've read that, you've heard that. I've heard Ashley Sinclair say it on stage. Just a lot, you know, Pam say it. What you think about, you bring about. And if you continue to focus on what you're not doing, you're going to continue to not do that. It's weird how that works. And so sometimes when we begin to realize we're in a, you know, even our CEO talked about being in a slump, and he understands that and he used to be a coach, and he understands in athletics. You know, he was a basketball coach. Sometimes you get in a shooting slump. Michael Jordan even had the best player ever had those slumps, but he kept shooting. And eventually he knew it was going to start going back in again, and it was going to go in consistently. It's all in the mindset. It's all what you're believing in yourself, what you're believing about this company, what you're believing about your product, and what believing about the opportunity you have to offer somebody. And so as you continue to be consistent, if you continue to believe in those 4 beliefs that Mike Patillo talked about, right? You believe in the industry, you believe in the company you're with, you believe in the product that you offer, and you believe, the hardest part is believing in yourself and knowing that you can do this even when times get hard. And this is where the rubber meets the road, that if you're truly doing this as a business and a life-changing opportunity, or you're doing it as a hobby to make some, you know, just, and you know what you get paid as a hobby, you get paid nothing, you just do it for fun. And I don't think anybody's on this Zoom because just for fun. Now, I'm definitely a blue, and I love having fun, but I'm definitely blue-red, but I like making money while I have fun. This is the only thing I've ever done, job, if you will. It's not a job, but I've ever done to make money and have fun while I do it. When I was a school counselor, I had to, and I said this the other day at our OTOM, that, you know, I had to be the adult in the room, and it doesn't work for me very well. I like to have a good time. And so, you know, this is a blessing, and take this and know that you are blessed to have the opportunity to do this business. And all you're doing is being able to bless other people. And so again, I think Megan said, you're able to bless other people with this opportunity, and know that you're coming with a gift. You're offering somebody a gift, and not everybody likes the gift that you give them, right? And that's okay. That's all right. Sometimes, you know, I like the different color or whatever. And it's not about you. It's about them. Your job is to bring education and understanding as to what this business and this opportunity can do. The decision is theirs. Just keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're going to get what you're supposed to get, and you're going to win. As you're consistent and you get better and you grow and you begin to put good things in your mind, if you're not doing working in your thirds, right? And one of those is personal development, and you're not believing and you're not growing in your mind, you're not growing in your heart, you're not growing in your belief, then you can continue to live in lack mentality. And that desperation is going to show, and you're going to begin to repel people away from you because of that very thing. And so begin to change your mindset right now and believe and tell yourself, I'm going to sign the right person very soon. Now, you can even put a date on it, but it's better just to say soon. They're coming. It's going to happen. And believe, write it down. Continue to look at your why every day. Look at that, dream board every day, and remember the passion that you started with, and let that propel you again forward and not fall backwards on and the lackful thinking. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Awesome. Okay, we only have one other question, and I don't know how to answer it. It's more like a technical question. So, Skylar, I'm going to throw it to you because I think that you do. I doubt Anthony does either. How does the Instagram story work? I don't know the answer to that. Skylar, do you know the answer to that? I don't know what it means. So,
Alyssa said on the other night when we were doing the team huddle that it is. That's all I know.
It's just like Snapchat. So here, I don't know if most of you guys are going to see this. So if you look at can you guys see that?
mm-hmm.
Okay, so on your Instagram, so all of these people at the very top, those are people that's Aaron Tweed. So it's just like Snapchat. So you hit it, it changes, and then these are all the other people. So it just continues to go. You can make videos, you can, take pictures of it. So people like to look at that. So when they continue just to keep, looking at it, it's just going to flip over to another person. So you can also, when you post it, there's just the picture of, or the little camera looking icon. If you hit that, then you have all the options to do whatever you want to do with it. And it literally is just like Snapchat. But people like it a lot better because they can just click it, and there's really no captions. You're not scrolling, you just can let it go. And the great thing about that is you can see whoever sees your post. If you just scroll up on the picture that's your picture, you can see every single person that has viewed your story. So then you can go back and just click their name, and it goes to their Instagram, which is awesome because then you can actually see who's following you and actually looking at your stuff.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, good. Okay. So that is all the questions, and we try to keep these around 30 to 45 minutes. So hopefully you heard one common thread, which was parties, and be excited. Okay. So I'm going to put a challenge out there. My challenge out to you is to, number one, if you're a new distributor, you have not launched, get that launch party scheduled. If you've been in for a while or you feel like that you are in a slump, schedule a relaunch party. I do relaunch parties for myself all the time. Do it at your house. Find a friend to host it. Call some of your loyal customers. Ask them if they will host it. But do a relaunch party to help yourself get excited, okay? So make some of those posts we were talking about, the drawing for the free chin wrap, or who would like a free, if you could get one It Works product for free, what would it be? Whatever you need to do. Sorry, my children. And get some parties scheduled. I promise you, getting in front of people, talking about the products will get you also excited and help your business also. So that is all we have. Tomorrow morning we have our power hour at 10 a.m. Central with Kristen. So hopefully you guys are getting on those, and hope you have a good night. And I'll post this as soon as it uploads. Thank you, Megan. Thanks, Skylar. Thanks, Anthony. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.